Have you ever seen product reviews or Amazon finds on TikTok? They're an abomination. It's like trying to get fine dining from a vending machine. It's where critical thinking goes to die. On TikTok, products are not tested. They're paraded around like contestants in a beauty pageant where style matters over substance. So today I'm discussing 6 ways in which TikTok reviews are monstrosities. First up, I call it the "it's my favorite" or "I'm so obsessed" category.
This is my favorite product of all time.
I'm so obsessed with this product.
You may run across a video that looks something like this.
This is one of my favorite products I've ever used. It's right here. I just opened it up. There's the Amazon package. It's my favorite, but I've never used it before.
If you think I'm exaggerating, and I am, take a look at this one.
And here are the 5 that I actually use. This is a drink holder that makes it impossible to spill. Let's try it with this drink. This could end so badly. It like doesn't spill. All right, now for the final test. This might be really stupid. Let's see.
Do you think he actually uses this? This product is designed to help people who struggle to carry their drinks. I don't think he struggles very much. At the beginning of the video, he says he uses it. And why does it sound like he's using it for the very first time ever when he puts it on there and says, let's try? Then he says it's impossible to spill, and then he spills it. If it's impossible, it means you can't spill it. So something's got to give here. No disrespect to this young man. He's got millions of followers. He must be doing something right. But I don't think he uses it. I don't believe him. I don't believe he ever used it before filming this. I don't believe he uses it regularly. I don't think he needs it. And I don't think he ever used it outside of filming it. But let's move on to number 2. Number 2 is the infamous 5-second review. Now, a lot of people on TikTok try to squeeze as much as they can into one video. So a lot of times they squeeze these reviews into a few seconds. That might look something like this.
This is a 360-degree knife that will cut by moving it back and forth. Look, it works.
If that looks exaggerated, check this one out.
This 360 knife comes with a stand and allows you to cut by rolling in back and forth motions.
Now, I've used that product before, and it certainly has its issues. But if you were to tell me to review this product and pick 10 products I'd use it with, romaine lettuce wouldn't be on that list. Romaine lettuce is what she picked. You could cut romaine lettuce with using a paper cut. Why not use it on a pizza? Because it looks like a pizza roller. How about other fruits and veggies like carrots or cucumbers, brownies, all of which I tested when I reviewed the product 7 years ago. That 4-second review yielded no useful information whatsoever other than that blade can cut through romaine lettuce. As someone who has used that product before, it's not very fun to clean. In most cases, you're better off using a pizza cutter. But let's move on to number 3. For number 3, we've got dumb headlines and dumb assertions. Now that's pervasive over the internet in general, but they seem like the creators in TikTok, they're overachievers at dumb headlines and dumb assertions. You might see something kind of like this.
This pen denies the laws of physics. You take it off here, you put it on the magnet, and it stands up. Even Einstein himself could not figure this one out.
In fact, I did see something kind of like that.
Amazon products that defy the laws of physics.
This product literally demonstrates the laws of physics. It doesn't defy them. Saying that a magnet defies the law of physics is like saying that water is rebellious for flowing downhill. Your TikTok doesn't defy the law of physics, it defies the laws of logic. And speaking of logic, that leads us to number 4, which is fast editing. Now, there was a SpongeBob episode many years ago in which they formed a band that wasn't very good. So the idea was, let's just play as loud as we can, maybe nobody will notice how bad we are. So the logic behind number 4 on this list is let's edit as fast as we can and nobody will notice I gave nothing useful about the product. An example of fast editing might be something like this.
This is a stamp roller that covers up personal information on pill bottles, packages, and more.
Or if you're actually on TikTok, something like this.
This is an LOL stamp which covers up personal information on pill bottles, packages, and even documents.
No close-ups, no scrutiny, no skepticism, no letting it dry. Just no good. So let's move on to number 5, which is a personal favorite of mine. And that is the mispronounced words, or what did he just say? That's right, there are people on TikTok who purposely mispronounce words to get people to go back and listen again and to comment to correct it.
Here we've got a measuring cup with a plunger in there so you can get the perfect measurements. And these cutting boards have knives that are matching them.
So in other words, they sound like a moron on purpose, dismantling grammar and language for clicks and engagement. Now, I don't really fault the viewers who get tricked by this and go on there to correct the moron, person who resorts to such lowbrow tactics. But if you ever see this again, don't feed the trolls and don't comment. And finally, we just have some old school clickbait. Clickbait is everywhere, but it's especially pervasive on TikTok. You might see an intro kind of like this.
37 Amazon finds you must buy.
And then you'll never see that product again in the entire video. I think that's because a lot of these channels just have a bunch of clips they just throw together Like a stew that you keep reheating over and over again. It becomes more and more flavorless every time you consume it. To say that TikTok reviewers have a carefully curated library is like saying that dumpster diving is like an organized treasure hunt. What's on the TikTok menu today? Leftovers. One more thing I wanted to point out is how often some of these channels post. I mean, we're talking dozens of times a day in some cases. It's like a competition who can flood the digital landscape with the most garbage they could possibly throw out there. Like throwing turds to a wall and see which ones will stick. Discretion is a lost art. Moderation is a myth. Each post is less and less about sharing something meaningful and more about filling a void. I've made myself clear that I'm not a fan of TikTok reviews, so hopefully this list will allow you to know why I don't like those reviews. If you share my disdain for TikTok product reviews, drop a comment below. I'll see you next time.